I gotta do this quick because this camera, the sample camera that I got from Panasonic, is due to leave. Well, I'm expecting the driver anytime now to pick it up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a very quick introduction into what we're going to be talking about today, and it is going to be about the Lumix S1RII. This is a sample product from Panasonic. There was a whole video, there was actually 3 videos that I've done. On the first video, the camera behaved very oddly. And the second video, my drive failed, so I had to reinitialize it on the Mac. Hopefully I am not going to lose this anymore. I am instantly going to back this up on my computer, and I need to be very quick because the driver's here.
Someone is at the front door.
False alarm. It was Amazon, not the other driver that's supposed to pick this up. First of all, the camera had a fault with, I think what it was the IBIS. The first thing that I said about this camera was oh my god, the rolling shutter is terrible. I've actually spoken to Panasonic firmware. It is all now correct. So I had an extra 2 days of trying to get some images out of this and recreate the first video because I was extremely negative and I was about to delete it completely and give up. I don't like making negative videos. Nobody likes negative videos. So first of all, the body size is exactly the same, bar the grip. The grip is now slightly larger than the S1RII's. The dials on the top now have these locking features. The slow and quick mode, video mode, and photo mode is now on the left hand side over here. The viewfinder is now updated. It's clearer, it's brighter. The screen has been updated with a tilt and shift module that also flips out to the side. The LCD does not cover the ports over here on this side when you have something plugged in. The port over here, which now houses a CF Express card. It is a much better media port. And it's just faster. And it's a requirement because 8K. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So the camera wobbled because most likely there was an issue with the IBIS control or something which wasn't communicating correctly with the IBIS. It just looked like there was a lens element loose within the lens, so whenever I made a move, it made a jello-y effect and it was dancing around the corners. So whether this was something to do with the IBIS rolling shutter or something not updated correctly, I don't know. But the firmware update helped it out a lot, so hence the new video and hence the fact that we are now I'm now doing a very positive review of the camera. So let's talk about the 8K rolling shutter. I mean, everybody says that rolling shutter is not that much of a thing, and you shouldn't look at it as a performance indicator. But it's an update, isn't it? It's something that needs to happen. It's something that camera manufacturers strive to. Global shutter, an amazing dynamic range. That's what everybody strives to. So I think it's correct to complain about rolling shutter and not just say, oh, it's no big deal, because if we leave it like that, there will be no updates to the cameras. There will be no sort of progression. We need progression. We need to complain about these things because progression is something that will give the end consumer, the professionals, a better set of tools. So yes, let's complain about rolling shutter. Let's not hide away and say, oh, it's not that bad. Nobody cares about rolling shutter. I do. I care about the rolling shutter. I've got an Ursa Mini 12K on there. The rolling shutter is amazing. I go from that camera to this camera and there's an immediate sort of difference between them. I can see a huge difference. So yes, it does have rolling shutter, and it is something that you notice if you shoot wide angle anamorphics. So your corners will do a little bit of a dance, but it's not terrible, and it's not as terrible as it was when I picked up this camera prior to the update. image quality. I think that image quality between the S5 II and the S1R2 is there is a difference. The S1R2 is definitely a better sensor. It is a cleaner sensor, 100% in the shadows, and you can tell because it's got amazing low light capabilities. I mean, this thing is now matching the FX3 and crushing the FX3 on resolution detail, where the FX3 loses the detail. This shines, it retains more color, it has more detail because of the resolution. So it does crush it in that way, but the FX3's rolling shutter performance is something that this can only cry about. I do lots of handheld stuff, so handheld movement is definitely something that is corrected within the IBIS, and it's much cleaner, much nicer. But because there is no replacement for weight and the rolling shutter, I'm gonna say that again, it's the rolling shutter, the weight, and it's got a certain finesse to it when you have a heavier camera to operate handheld with no image, with no IBIS. I'm not being negative about this. This is still great, but it's still got a lot to go until it matches a cinema camera. Automatic focus on this camera is much more confident than the S5 II and S5 IIX. I don't think it is a very big difference, but definitely this is a lot more confident than that. So there is incremental sort of steps of an update in this camera. As it stands, everything that we said is all good up to here, but there is one issue that is blaring at us that cannot be fixed. The issue is that the camera overheats in 8K, straight up. It gave me 35 minutes. Springtime UK, it's about 8 to 12 degrees Celsius. I was filming birds outside in the morning, and the camera overheated. So it is something that Panasonic will most likely fix in a firmware update, but at the minute as it stands, the camera overheats and it's essentially a ticking bomb. We don't know when it's going to turn off. The last time it overheated, it actually turned off for a good 20 minutes before I was able to turn the camera back on. I didn't want to remove the battery in case I lose the file, so I just kept the camera running. Well, it was turned off with the button turned off, but it was still blinking, and it was blinking like that for quite some time. Yeah, so bar from that issue, the camera is absolutely excellent. Would I upgrade this from my S5 II? No, because, hear me out, I think that there is an H version variant of this camera coming out, and that is going to be a bit more video orientated, so I'm waiting for that. Thanks for watching this, and this has been a very long process because of this stupid update. Please do join me next time, and we shall talk later. Bye.